G'day YouTubers, how are you? Was here. Today we're looking at sports, performance upgrades for your MT10 or any particular bike. Today we are at ProCycles. Now I've been here before for the Woolwich upgrade, and today we're looking at horsepower gains. So we started the video, or I should say we did our first Woolwich race tune at 3,000 kilometres, and now we're at 25,000 roughly. And the first video is going to be about K&N air filter. Now, what are the gains when you look at the standard air filter to the K&H or K&N air filter on these particular bikes? Will it be 2-3 horsepower? So for me, that'll be interesting to do. Fred from ProCycles done the Woolwich race tune, as I said before, so it's going to be a great way to check out what the bike actually does. Hi, g'day Fred, how are you, big fella?
Hey Waz, how are you?
Good mate, good. Thanks a lot for checking out the bike.
No problem.
So today we've talked about what we're going to do. We'll just get straight into it. Okay, next question. Any change in fueling affects your custom map? So therefore...
And you mean any change in...
fueling?
What? No, it's actually the fueling is what we do to fix the thing. So any change in what does with your air curve will change your fuel curve. So to explain a little bit easier, you change your air intake, you're going to change the air curve, you're going to change the way the air comes into the engine.
Yep.
You change the exhaust system, you change the air curve and the way it goes out of an engine.
Yep. So
basically what you have to do is rewrite that fuel curve to suit the new air curve.
Okay.
So that's what we'll do today, because what we're going to do is do some trialling with your air cleaner. At the moment you've just got a stock air filter in it with the normal airbox restrictor. We're going to do a base run now with where you're at. You've done, how many Ks have you done now?
Nearly 25,000.
So you've done an extra 22,000 Ks since we've last seen you. So that will in itself change. Engine, we're so fresh when we first did it, so the fueling will vary a little bit at that sort of kilometres, I would think.
Yep.
We'll check that base run first to see where you're at.
What's the optimal then? In how many Ks should you do realistically before you tune these then?
Oh, I mean, you could do them at 1,000 Ks.
So we did 3,000, which was fairly good.
Yeah, anything like that's okay. I mean, I just recommend like with a major service, every 20-25,000, probably just put them on a dyno, just roll them and just see where you're at.
Okay.
Not necessarily, it's never going to go back to the way it was to start with. It'll never be that bad in tuning.
Yep.
But if you're adamant you want to keep it happy and keep it nice, then I'd always recommend every 25, 30,000 Ks, maybe run it again, just have a look.
And it doesn't cost the same money, does it? It's just a quick tune.
That's
whatever,
right.
how many Ks hours you do.
We've still got to go over the whole fuel map, so we still got to check each increment.
Yep.
But once we've done your bike, because we've done yours to start with, you've done the full custom map, you've got the tuning key, you've got the harness on bike. This time it's a lot easier. So we'll just roll it up. All we do is basically charge you for the time it takes to fix the tune.
Yep.
So if we spend 2 hours on it, we just charge you 2 hours.
Oh, very good, very good. Alright, so the main objective today was to check out the bike with a base run to see what it's done, which we've achieved now. And then the second thing is to put in a K&N air filter in and see just how it improves our overall run. Alright, so we're about to put the airbox in, and Fred tells us that when you change with these air filters, you can actually pull out this part here. Do you want to go through it, Fred?
Yeah, I normally, because we're going to be doing mapping and doing fueling again anyway,
yep.
I normally take this out. It's just a basic push-in fitting down there. It's designed to get air throughout the front,
yep.
but it just makes them a little bit bigger in that hole. It's a little bit of a restriction. And
people were hearing filing them down or something?
Yeah, I never bother. I just literally take them out. I mean, if you want to get real serious, you could even open that up a bit in the top, pull the airbox right off and open that lip up. You wouldn't go too far.
Yep.
I mean, there's no real need to.
Yep.
I just find that with a filter, it just helps them a little bit more, gives them a little bit more power everywhere.
Not going to affect it raining?
No problem.
Nothing.
It's all nice and water sealed, and I mean, it's an oiled air filter element anyway, which won't let water through. It'll feed off it.
Okay, so theoretically you could just pull that out and put the original air filter back in, and it's going to gain a bit more air anyway.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. It's not huge. I mean, you can see it's got a divider in the middle, which all that stuff's going to slow it up a little bit. It does give them a little bit more wind. I mean, you're better off to put a performance filter or something like that, like a washable filter.
Yep.
You find with a stock filter over time, as it starts to get dirty, it will clog up and not flow the air, whereas a good K&N and a BMC or any one of those style filters, even when they're dirty, they still flow well.
So how's the old filter then? After 25,000 Ks? I don't think they replaced it, but they might have.
It's not beautiful. It isn't beautiful, but I mean, you could run it again. I mean, it's sort of due for a new one. Most bikes are normally due around the 18,000 Ks. You can see that it's got a little bit of discoloration on it. I mean, looking on the inside of it there, it doesn't look too bad, which is pretty good for that sort of Ks on a filter.
Yep,
You know,
they may have replaced it at the last interval, but it doesn't look like it, does it?
Well, it's had a bit of a funny thing going here. Like, it looks like at some stage it's got a bit of a ding in that side of the filter. I don't know what's happened to it over the time.
Okay.
Like, that's actually a little bit sus there. All the air has come away from it. That wouldn't be like that. That's had a hit or something.
Oh, so it's going to gain another 5 horsepower for the new air filter, eh?
Oh, for sure. Always.
We're going to look at that. Even if we gain a couple, well, that's interesting. All right, well, there you go. And that's our filter.
Yeah, that looks a lot better than the standard one. You got a lot more airflow volume even with the filter. I mean, look at the difference.
So that's the standard one. That's
flat.
flat.
The standard one that's flat style filter that fits in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then this basically.
And that's, oh, okay. So there's a lot more in there.
Yeah. Sits in and locks down off top of the lid. I mean, that's a pretty good sort of setup.
Yeah.
It looks the biz anyway. Let's see if it works.
It does look the biz. And we've just kept the petrol tank up with a block of wood to make it easier, rather than have to pull it all off. So that's a good little thing to do. So let's check out what goes on now.
What we want to do is get a base run for a reference so we can do this filter change and show what we got.
Yeah. So let's go there.
Yeah, so we've done, base run's done. Now we've added the filter into it, and I've done a few runs. I like to do 3 or 4 runs either way, and we pick the best run out of those 3 or 4.
Yep.
So that was our good best run with when you rode in with the stock filter. We've now got a run here.
Is that going to work for you?
Yeah, that's fine. So you can see the blue run there now. It actually has picked up right through it. You can see there, I've got my cursor clicked on, say, 9,500 revs. Well, it's gone, it was base at 143 and it's almost 145. So it's picked up 2 horsepower right through with adding the filter and getting rid of that airbox eliminator that we showed before in that other little video.
Yep.
But this is a little bit of a weird thing. The air fuel has actually gone richer right through. So you can see there, it's dropped from 13.5 on the base to 13.2. Which is, you know, now it can breathe easier. It may make the cylinder more efficient to use the fuel it has, and obviously it's just gone a bit fatter, which is a bit strange. You know, normally you'd think more air would lean the engine out, but no, it hasn't. So
it's done the opposite.
Yeah, it's done a bit of the opposite there, which is not a bad thing, because I mean, it's got the tuning closer to where we want to be anyway.
Yep.
We'll go through now and obviously run through all your throttle increments on that Woolwich, with using the Woolwich software, the Woolwich mapping, and fix all the tuning anyway. We'll fix this bump here where it is going quite lean in that area. Sharp.
Yep. But overall, she's still she's wicked, and the overall project was a K&N filter versus a standard filter. What does it do? Does it change your engine? Yes, it does.
Yes, we have picked up power just by bolting it in.
Bolting it in.
By
Simple mod.
And I mean, it has changed the air fueling and made it a little bit richer, but that wouldn't contribute to picking up 2 horsepower. It just doesn't. That sort of a small change would hardly even reflect a power increase.
Yep.
So definitely the air cleaner has made 2 horsepower.
There you go. All right, well there it is, 2 horsepower. It's clear cut. That's our one project we had to do. Now we're just going to retune it a bit.